sea of empty beer bottles covers the floor. My boyfriend is drunk again. Hours have passed. Not a word has been spoken because there's nothing left to say. I know the warning signs like the back of my hand. I grew up with an alcoholic mother, and as I take in the scene in front of me, out of the blue, as clear as crystal, I hear a voice in my head asking, "So who are you, Laura? What gets you going in life? What floats your boat?" I recognize this voice. It's my higher self. I haven't heard her in so long. Immediately, my heart sinks to the pit of my stomach. My eyes fill up like a dam about to burst. "I don't know," I say in a silent voice. The room is spinning. I feel sick. I have the strongest urge to run, but to where? My heart is pounding, my breathing is fast and shallow. I'm in full-blown panic attack mode. My boyfriend is unaware in his drunken stupor. I want to smash the empty bottles of beer over his head. I am angry. I'm disappointed in myself. I'm ashamed. Why? Because I've already had a dance-off with the devil and won. So why am I standing at the gates of hell again? Growing up, I was always confident and outgoing. I didn't realize that I was lacking in emotional nourishment, but I was. Dad worked offshore. My twin brothers are 7 years older than me, so when they left for uni, it was just me and Mum while Dad was away. She got terrible emptiness syndrome, even though I was still there. "Mom, I'm home." No response. She's passed out, fully clothed in bed with empty bottles of vodka for comfort. I pick up the empty bottles and I add them to the growing pile. I guess I'm making my own dinner tonight. I could never understand why the love of her family wasn't enough even to try. I needed her love. I needed her attention. I needed my mum. My brothers are clever, and so am I. But while they went on to become straight-A students with no drama or cause for concern, I descended a slippery slope of chaos and confusion. Most of my friends were older. I looked and appeared older than I was, and desperate to be anywhere other than home, I followed the crowd because I didn't want to be alone. At 14, I was smoking weed. 15, it was ecstasy. By 16, it was heroin. The negative momentum that was fueling my life, it kept picking up speed. It's summer holidays. I'm sat at the kitchen table and Mum and Dad are across from me. "I'm moving out," I stated. My dad's face turned white as a sheet. I was about to do something that he couldn't. One time when he was pouring out a stash of my mum's vodka, I said to him, "You know you can leave her, Dad. You deserve to be happy." I was 14. He took hold of my hand and he said, "I am not a quitter." I knew then he would never leave her. I also knew that there was more to his reasoning than I could comprehend. His responsibilities as a father and husband wouldn't allow him to leave. I admire him and feel equally sorry for him in that moment. And now, sitting across the kitchen table, he says, "You're moving out? What do you mean you're moving out? Moving out where? Laura Jane, you're only 16. What about school?" My dad's voice was full of confusion and panic. His little girl was about to move in with someone 12 years her senior. I felt my words as they ripped out his heart. I thought he would stop me. I thought he might save me, but he was dazed like a deer in the headlights. With every wrong choice I made, I felt more of me slip away, and the more fear took hold from every angle. 5 hits of heroin a day numbed the pain of the beatings, and it helped me forget about my worried family and the friends I had abandoned. I was scared, isolated, and lost. 2 years I stayed in that prison of my own making, until one night I saw my chance, so I took it. At 18 years old, I climbed out the kitchen window in a desperate bid to claim back my freedom. I got away. I got clean, and I took my power back, but without the internal healing. My programming had led me back to the sea of empty beer bottles. Laura, I have got this DVD for us to watch, and it's going to change your life, my cookie best friend Teresa says with so much excitement. Wow, that sounds what I need right now. What's it called? I'm not telling you. You're just going to have to wait. Weeks had passed, and we still hadn't watched this life-changing DVD. I was at breaking point in my relationship. Something had to give. I needed a sign. And now, with the mood set, candles lit, and the incense smouldering away, Teresa takes out the DVD. It was called Secret. Bob Proctor stares right down the camera lens into my soul and states, everything in your life, you have created it, the good and the bad. My life choices flash before my eyes, but instead of feeling shame and guilt, I feel empowerment take hold. My heart is racing with excitement. My mouth opens, and this almighty yes roars out of me, breaking the internal chains of bondage. If I have created this world of shit by default, then just imagine what I can create on purpose. The door to my higher self was fully open. The keys to happiness, they're in the palm of my hand. Even if all I get out of this is to feel more positive, that is a jackpot win for me right now. I have nothing to lose, everything to gain. I am committing to this. Norma, my soon-to-be Reiki master, throws open her arms and pulls me in. Her energies feel so familiar. It's like I've known her for years. I am so excited to finally be here, I say. Yes, she replies. Your guides have been waiting here for you all day. I knew this was my calling, and so did the universe. The signs were clear. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear, but I wasn't learning. I was remembering. I was reawakening to my life's purpose. Reiki, crystals, meditation, these tools began a healing journey in me that I could never have anticipated, freeing me from conditional programming. I stepped out of victimhood by not playing the blame game. I forgave everyone, including myself, and I swapped fear, worry, and doubt for faith, love, and trust, because we don't get what we want in life. We get what we are. My first book, Signpost to Source, had been released. It details my challenges and how I overcame them. Mum and Dad were coming for a visit. I knew he'd read it. He told me, couldn't wait for his feedback. You know, Laura Jane, it's not my thing. But I'm impressed, I must say. You're really articulate. You almost had me believing. And he laughed. 3 short years later, Dad got really sick quick. It was so unexpected. And as I sit on his deathbed, holding his hand, I said to him, Dad, I know this isn't your thing, but it is mine. And when you make your transition, you're going to know what I know about spirit and about energy. So I would like a sound, but not a feather, not a butterfly. I want an undeniable sign from you that lets me know you know what I know and that you're okay. It's 24 hours after my dad passes, and I receive a message from a coaching client in America. Laura, this morning during my meditation, I got this clear vision of an elderly man walking up a single track road with fields on either side. Further up the road, he walked into a wall of light. He was going home. I sent her a photo of the road my dad walked every day for 25 years and photo of the pine tree where he'd asked for his ashes to be scattered, but without explanation. That's exactly what I saw, she said. Thank you, Dad. Thank you for my perfect sign. I believe in soul contracts. I believe we choose our life experiences for our soul's growth. My mum, the addictions, the lousy relationships, they were all there for my growth. They were the breadcrumbs that, when followed, led me back home. They were there for me to create my own liberation through energy healing. I healed my limiting beliefs and I healed future generations. And now I get to coach and open others up to this profound way of healing and being. What happened to me, it may not have been my fault, but I chose to make it my responsibility to heal. And through this journey of healing, understanding, and awareness, I led myself back home to the light.